Hey everybody, welcome back to our Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Let's Play. I am Drak. Let's get down to it, shall we? So, we just barely started up the Volcano in our quest to free the Fire Crystal. And we are taking on some ghosts. Because we ain't afraid of no ghosts. Just don't look in the trap ring. And don't get confused, Benjamin. What the crap? Seriously? At least Ruben's doing his job. So we're just barely starting up this dungeon, and it doesn't take too long, and our next step will be towards the Lava Dome, which is the actual dungeon to free Fire Crystal from, as we found out from Ruben's dad, not named Indiana Jones. Seriously, why not? Copyright is not an excuse. I love looking at it. It's a big mud pile, but then you actually get into a battle, and it's a Cerberus, a three-headed dog. Yeah, that explains mud pile. Totally. And just for a frame of time reference here, I am 3 weeks out from E3, post E3 coverage, so for people who follow me on the radio, at Radio SLCC, I did my E3 coverage, and it went... I don't want to say it went better or worse than I expected. I knew that Microsoft would bring game libraries. I knew Sony would bring game libraries. Nintendo would as well. I guess I just didn't expect Microsoft to flop as much as they did. I really didn't expect them to just not do anything about the used game issue, or pretty much redact anything. They've since redacted their statements on the used games, on the console being online 24/7 and all that. And that's all well and good, but I kind of expected them to redact that on the press conference floor, and they never did. So if you've been following me, then you know that's what I expected, and you know what? Microsoft deserved to fail. And I apologize in advance, guys. It's summer, so it's allergy season. So if you hear a little bit of sniffling on the microphone, I'll try and cover it up as much as possible, but just bear with me. Now you'll also notice back to the game. Now we can't see enemies again, so it's like Ice Pyramid. Yes and no. The reason that you couldn't see them in Ice Pyramid and the reason that you couldn't see them in the Volcano are different. You actually need to get an item, I believe it's the gas mask, and that will let you see enemies in mist. So right now, basically, we're at the foot of the volcano, and you know, ash and soot are in the air, and so we can't see past our noses. And I love the battle damage of the Cerberus. Just a little white flag on the tail. And we also got our second wizard spell, White. You'll see me use White a lot. White is basically holy. For those who play Final Fantasy games, there's usually an ultimate white magic spell and there's an ultimate black magic spell. White magic is always holy, and depending on the Final Fantasy game, the black magic is either flare or meteor, which is great. So we've got one of those. White will be very helpful later on, especially in grinding, because it can pretty much one-shot everything you're fighting. Always helpful. And right now we're making our loop around because we need to go this direction to get up further on these floors. And it's so nice to have Ruben as high as he is, so he can just one-shot enemies, but Benjamin can kind of sit and work on one enemy while Ruben takes out the rest. Again, I don't see this as a downside to people who don't like this aspect. Yes, I get it, your main character needs to feel stronger, but being that this is, again, I know I say it a lot, but you know, you have to take this into perspective. This is a game to start people out on RPGs. And you really do have to educate in it. So the way that they educate is Ruben is level 23. He starts out that way, and the only person who's leveling at this point is Benjamin. Ruben basically tells you, okay, this is where you need to be in order to do well in this area. You don't have to be here because he's already there. He can just help you along the process so you can keep going. But at the same time, that kind of tells you, oh, I need to be at this number in order to do well. Great, okay, I have a goal to aim for. Or you can do it the way I am, which is basically relying on Ruben until Benjamin gets to that level. You can do it either way. That's great. The fact that you're allowing a choice to be made by the player. And this is to educate, so basically to say, okay, I played Mystic Quest, I really liked it, so maybe I can go try Final Fantasy and see if I like that. It works all around. So I don't get why people poo-poo on that. I get it if you're an RPG veteran, but you know how to play the game. So I don't see the problem. Anyway, so we're making our way up the volcano. Okay, we're at the next floor, and I think we're almost done. The volcano's not that long. Oh, could be. Ah, new encounter. Centaurs. And of course their battle damage is, we surrender! Place us under arrest! Book 'em, Benjamin. I just got hit for 1 HP. Ow. Oh, and I didn't even notice the name Nightmare. Appropriate. Okay, so now we're in the upper floors. We don't need the gas mask anymore because we're above the soot cloud, so to speak. And I didn't even cover the ghost's battle damage. I love that. The whole deflated. Good all around. The only downside here is that, to my knowledge, you never get a flail like Ruben does. Your equivalent is the axe. I would have liked to have had a flail. And I see the red chest. Go for the red chest! Oh yeah, this is gonna take a while. We're killing werewolves. We are definitely not Team Jacob. See, people were wondering if I was going to get a Twilight reference in there. I tried. Hey, in this current day pop culture, can you not get away with, or can you get away with not knowing about Twilight? I don't think you can. Ah, and Benjamin leveled up. 2 more levels, guys. And there you go, the gas mask. So now, when we go downstairs, we'll be able to see the enemies. So it's not like they're invisible like Ice Pyramid. They are for a little bit, and then you get the necessary item. I know this RPG is super easy mode, guys. Bear with me. It is a good RPG as far as story is concerned, and that's the premise of the game, is to get people into RPGs. I can't say it enough. And this did succeed in that. I mean, I can speak personally. I did not play RPGs until I first played this. So, by then, I had watched my older brother play the first Final Fantasy. I had watched him play the first Ultimate games. You know, I wasn't into them, but watching him play them, and then eventually picking this up, it didn't seem so hard, and therefore I went back and I played the other games. Ergo, this game did its job. And we're going back up again. More centaurs. Ruben falls asleep very easily. Something tells me he's a little sleep deprived. So while we're continuing to fight here, going back to E3, so like I said, I was impressed and not impressed. I would love to hear what you guys thought of E3, either putting a comment in the area below, or leaving comments on my Twitter, which is twitter.com/Drak, Drak 2326. Also on my Tumblr, which is Drak2326 at .tumblr.com. I would love to hear your feedback on what you thought of E3. If you're going to go and get a new console, I'd really love to know, mainly because I'm not really planning on it. It's not to say that I'm not excited about the new consoles, but mainly they didn't give me a reason to buy it. Because the game libraries, sure, there are a couple of titles here and there that I was excited for, but I can wait. And all the other games that I was excited for, I will be able to get in this current console generation. So I could get Watch Dogs on PS3 or on 360 if I wanted. So if I was going to get a new console this year, it would probably be a Wii U, because the Wii U will have more games that I'm interested in this year around the holiday season. So that would be more motivation for me to get a Wii U than anything, because they have a substantial library now, and they did have a lot of third-party announcements, but most of it was, Watch Dogs. I don't agree with... Well, I guess that's Activision, but yeah, the new Call of Duty will go there. Battlefield, EA is going to go to Nintendo. I know they said, no, we're not going to do anything with Nintendo. They want money. They will go with Nintendo. They'll make it work somehow, but they'll go with Nintendo. Okay, and I think we're pretty much to the top of the volcano at this point. Gotta say, I still love the music. Kill that nightmare. Reach for the sky. And of course, Ruben does the killing blow. That's even better. Overkill. Yes, this is the top. So we're going to take care of these werewolves. And we get to strike first, which is always helpful. I think this is last round. Battle Axe, dead. Yep, that's the boss right there. So we will kill the centaur. And we get to strike first again. Yes. You love this when this comes up for any kind of encounter in Final Fantasy or whatever. If you get a preemptive strike, you love it. You get more damage, and you get first strike. And we're going to prep a little bit. And get our magic back. And boss time. And it's Medusa! Oh, Medusa! And you guys get to see white for the first time. Or holy. We're going to go with white, because that's what the game calls it. No! Benjamin's confused, but he still hit you. One minion down. Oh man, not Quake. Yeah, that didn't hurt that much. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? We're gonna key her first. Come on. We're not that hurt. Yeah, but I made that complaint before. And then I died. See, I made the right decision. Well, it's just Medusa now. And we get 1,300 in damage. Love white. And the battle damage, she just looks more ferocious. She's letting her hair down a bit. And then we get the bald Medusa. Awesome. Okay, so Medusa is down, which means we can get off the volcano and into the lava dome. And the lava dome is where the actual fire crystal is that we need to free. And bear in mind, guys, we are 2 crystals in, so we're already going to go free the 3rd. I wish I could say that the air crystal takes a shorter amount of time, but it doesn't. And if people don't remember my LP through Ice Pyramid, the lava dome is I want to say almost as lengthy, but it's pretty much on par with it. And it's good to know that we're strong against fire damage. So I hate to say it, guys, but, you know, Lava Dome, be patient with me. It will take a couple of parts to get through. But thankfully, if you guys didn't notice in our magic screen, I have the exit spell now. So, no Benny Hill, no nothing like that. As soon as we're done, we can exit. I will make more of an effort to try and find the red chests while we're in here instead of backtracking. So that'll be a good thing, and we can just move on to the air crystal as soon as we get done here. And of course now we have new enemies. We have the vampire, or the fangpire. It's RPGs and platforming? Oh no! And an adamant turtle. But they're still weak against axes and flails. Wait, what? Yeah, we're still hitting him for 900, so, you know. I'm just totally worried about them, right? And I love it. I use no explosives, even though I am advanced in them, because I know how to throw them. I still don't use them. Try and make sense of that. And here's new models. They are the ninjas, if you remember that. I love the battle damage of the ninja. He just tries to hide. Aw, he's got a little puppy dog face. Aww. He doesn't want us to kill him.